Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho, and tonight I would like to offer your elemental runic reading for the week of May 19th through the 25th. I looked at that just before I clicked record and still couldn't remember. These readings are for entertainment purposes only, so take what works for you, leave the rest. I do not offer advice and all that, general stuff. But we'll start with going through the four elemental energies, and we'll look at some runes for each elemental energy. We'll start in the zodiac pattern, which is fire, and that covers the zodiac of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And there's links in the description to find out why I read elements instead of zodiac. And there's also some pretty cool runes that are down there if you're interested in acquiring your own set. So for fire, whoops, missing something. There we go. For fire, for this upcoming week, we have... I'm getting better, but I'm not there yet. The Ewaz rune, which is the horse rune. The Tarot Association is the Lovers. Astrology is Gemini. Travel and change, new job, new homes, spiritual journeys, or movements. This rune is all about the new and movement. If you're kind of feeling, if you've been feeling fire, that you're stuck, that things aren't just quite where you would like them to be, you feel kind of like a banked stove, so to speak. There's still some warmth there, there's still a little passion there, but it's just not where it used to be. This upcoming week is actually offering some hope of movement and some growth potential, and that could be as in promotions, it could be a pleasant surprise in a relationship. Just kind of keep your eyes open and be open to the experience is what I'm hearing. Your second rune for fire is Othila, and that is ancestral property. Color association is yellow. Tarot association is the moon. Astrology, in other words, the planet, is the full moon. So this is kind of your opposite energy, really, fire. And it is possession, inheritance, real property, inherited abilities or traits. So when you combine these two runes together for fire, you have this option of movement, but you also are calling forth the inheritance. And the inheritance, from what I'm getting, is these are traits that you were born with, that you have for some reason or another put back, maybe even repressed, not quite as important as they should be or could be. And what I'm hearing is this week is a good time to explore those particular inherited traits, because the universe works in weird ways. God works in mysterious ways, however you want to phrase it. There's times when we put stuff aside because we're just not ready for it yet, and then only to find out later that the universe was like, okay, we were helping you save that for later. And this upcoming week for fire is later. So pay attention to your dreams. The moon is very much the indicator of a subconscious thing coming forward for you. So your dreams are going to play pretty heavy roles this week. And we've got the full moon coming in as well. So that's going to add a little bit more intensity to what would be normally just a common week with some potential for movement. With the full moon coming in, it's really powerfully saying you have some things that you have maybe ignored or didn't even know you had, but it's an inheritance of some form. It could be spiritual, it could be physical, and those things are going to be coming forward in this upcoming week. So let's take a peek at Earth, and Earth covers the zodiac of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you're Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, you can listen up. Also, I put in the description a link to a website if you want to get just a really good overview birth chart analysis and a birth chart. I've used them myself. I've used them a couple of times. No, I'm not affiliated, so there's no YouTube hiccups there. It's just one that I really personally like, and it's not that much. It's less than 20 bucks. So if you're interested in getting charts, they're a really good company, and they've been around for a long time. So it's actually gives you a lot of good information. They give you just the picture chart, and then they also give you an analysis, basic analysis of it. Mine was like 14 pages long or something, so it goes into a lot of detail. It gives you like your generation, your elemental alignments, which is really cool if you watch the type of readings I do. It goes through romance, finances, social situations. There's a lot of information in that one report, and that's just, like I said, that's the basic one. But if you're interested, link in the description. Anyway, for Earth, your first rune is the Ice rune. It's Isa, and it color is black. And the tarot association is the Hermit. You're working with moon energy this week as well, which is kind of cool considering it's the full moon. This rune denotes an obstacle, coldness between people, time to observe but keep silent, refraining from comment. Earth's good about burying things anyway, but this week is really saying don't get involved. This particular rune is saying it might come across as being cold. It might come across as being unfeeling. That's fine. Don't get involved. And so whatever's could be going on, any drama, any hiccups, things that may not be in your best interests, it's really about, you know what, step back. It's not worth the fight. It is not worth the drama. And this week in particular, they're really wanting to bring that up, that observe, don't interact. If it seems cold, that's fine. Let them think what they want. Your second rune is Sowilo. Sorry. It's the Sun rune. We're working with white and silver. We have a tarot association of the sun. Astrology is the sun. And it's a rune of good health, happiness, wholeness, enlightenment, clarity, and success. You have an interesting dynamic here, Earth, because you're working with lunar energy and this being aloof and stepping back from a situation, but it's also divine feminine energy. That's this guy or gal. But you also have Sowilo coming forward, which is bringing in that divine masculine, that solar energy, that very projective energy. What they're saying is this is not a time for you to get involved in the situation. Step back, observe, because the primary situation that's coming up this week, you don't need to be involved in. It's not worth the headache to you. But the secondary aspect is by stepping back, you're going to show that you have maturity. And I'm not saying the other person's immature, but you're being observed through this. And it's going to offer you clarity about a situation, but the person who's observing you could be a supervisor, could be a romantic partner. They're not clear on that. But what they are saying is you're being observed this week, and by being able to separate from a drama situation, from being able to separate from frustration, chaos, and just watch it from a distance and kind of learn and maybe impart wisdom if necessary or if asked, but stay as much as you can away from it. What they're saying is this is going to end up being very beneficial for you, because that's that Sowilo, that's the working into the success and clarity part. So while you are stepping back to observe, might be coming off a little bit cold, that divine feminine's coming in as well, so pay attention to your dreams. This Sowilo sun energy is coming in to say, yeah, you're doing the right thing, and you may not even be aware of it, but other people are watching how you're responding to this. You're being an example, but this can also lead to some success down the road. So, something to keep in mind as we go through this week, Earth. Now we'll hop over to our air family here. And for air, we're covering... Lost my drink. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you're Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or air is high in your chart, these runes are for you. Just 1 second. And your first rune is Gibo, I believe. Yay! It's the Blessings rune. It's blessings and generosity. The color is deep blue. Tarot is the Lovers. Astrology is Pisces, so air, you're working with one of your allies, so to speak. It's a sign of gifts, generosity, giving, people coming together, relationships becoming deeper. Air, you really like to be thinking about things. You like to analyze. This week, especially with Pisces and the Lovers working with the energy of Gibo, get out of your head. Get into your heart, get into your feels. Really accept the gifts that are offered. And if you're offering the gifts, be very receptive to the gratitude that may be coming in as well. Because when you are giving and receiving, the energy is almost identical. So be gracious in both aspects. But they're also saying this week, if you're in a relationship, do something special for your partner, or allow them to do something special for you, because I'm hearing air doesn't want to be pampered. I am independent, I can take care of myself. That's fine, but if your partner is wanting to do something for you this week especially, accept that. Accept it in the spirit in which it is given. And also offer time, offer, if you are financially able to do so, donate to a charity or something like that. But with Gibo, with blessings and generosity, it's the give and take generates massive awareness and growth in the areas that you are being more generous with. Again, take this as you will. Your second rune, and this one fell out of the bag as soon as I started shuffling, you also have the Iwas, which is the horse rune, color of white, tarot of the Lovers, and astrology for this one is Gemini, so this is taking back into you, air, and it is travel, change, new job, new home, spiritual journeys, and movement. Emphasis on lovers. Pay attention to your relationships. If you're single and you're open to a relationship, this could be a good week for you. If you are in a relationship, find ways to deepen that. Even if it's something as simple as you getting home before your partner and cooking dinner so that they don't have to, or the kids go to grandma's house for date night, or however it shows up for you. This is definitely a week about reconnecting with your partner. It's about gifts and generosity. There's positive movement that is very much yours. The pattern here, or the not pattern, your work this week is to accept it. Everything's lined up for you. The universe is saying, hey, we got these cool ideas, we got these options, we've got this movement, spiritual and otherwise. Are you interested? Do you like what we're bringing forward? And your task this week, air, is to say yes. Do I want it? Yes. If I don't want it, then no. But definitely, again, work with that dream energy. They're bringing that forward really heavily. It's a full moon. That's probably part of that. But take your time to check in with your dreams, see what's coming up, and work with that. So, water, our last element in the zodiac cycle here, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This one is for y'all. And we have the Sowilo back with the lightning and the sun. White and silver are your colors this week. Tarot, association, and astrology is the sun. Good health, happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment, and success. Water, they're saying you have the Midas touch this week. Since this is your first rune, it's the dominant one. This is really a time for you, and you're not comfortable with this, water. This is a time for you to step out of the shadows. Water's dominated by the moon. It's feminine energy. It's supportive behind the scenes. It's kind of where water stays. Scorpio is the exception to that because it's very bombastic. But for the most part, water wants to kind of do its thing. It fills space. It's a very chameleon element. But this week, no. This is the week to kind of step up, be heard, be a little bit more out in the public eye. And what they're saying is this could be something that is an offering to you, like you're being offered a teaching, like you're good to teach this week's whatever at work, or you might be the person who is being asked to lead out in a class or a course. But really this week, you're being called on to step forward. The sun is saying the success is already there. You have already done the work. Are you willing to accept the results of that? Your second rune, where'd it go, is Kano, which is the torch or fire. Color of, light red. Tarot association is the chariot. Astrology is Venus. So we're working with kind of water energy, but we're also working with a little bit of fire energy, which is your opposite. And you know what, water? You could always use a little fire under you. It keeps things moving and keeps things interesting. Signifies creative fire, awakening artistic impulses, passion, and amorous pursuits. I'm picking my words carefully. But when you have the sun coming forward, but you're also bringing forward Kano, Soelo and Kano, we're really talking about this is a time for you to shine, water. Step forward, accept the rewards of your hard work. It doesn't have to be something that you're going to be doing all the time. And they're actually saying this stepping out of your comfort zone right now is the reward. You're getting rewarded for the willingness to step up. But you also are working with this passion and creativity. So you might have to step forward. You might have to do or be offered the option to move forward and build something better out of that. But you are also being gifted with a relationship that is, if you're single, the relationship could be something new that comes in, and they're really wanting to make sure that you know you will not expect what is coming this week. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun as long as you're open to the experience, but you're not going to expect it. It's not going to be in a way that you normally would see this. And if you're in a relationship, this is some time to really focus on your partner, let your partner focus on you. And I've talked about this before, but there's this aspect of spiritual connection in amorous activities, and the original old Kama Sutra is the one to look for, not any of that new stuff, because it's focusing on the spiritual connection of the two people involved. And so that is another way to work with that energy this week. So overall, source, my guides, and whoever else is talking wants you to know that this week is really about some positive movement, some upward mobility, but you also have that really powerful divine influence of the full moon this week. So keep a journal by your bed, pay attention to your dreams. You might be a little bit of an insomniac, or you might need a second alarm. There's things can be a little bit interesting on full moon energies, but this one in particular, there is a lot of potential behind it from our reading here, and that's also a very good thing for you. The biggest question is, are you willing to accept it? So if you enjoyed this reading, please drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button if you're new here, and comment below. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, even criticisms. As long as we're respectful, that's all we can ask for. I will talk to you guys in a future video. Have a great week.